Hello, so in this tutorial I'm going to show you how to set up Wake On Lan so you can fire up your PC from anywhere inside of your own network. So first step is to go to Control Panel, Network and Internet, View Network Status and Tasks, change adapter settings, and here on the Ethernet or on the Wi-Fi, depending which one would you like to use, you have to go to Properties, click Client for Microsoft Network, Configure. Here you will have to go to the Advanced tab, and your options may vary, but you will going to find an option here like Wake On LAN or Wake On Magic Packet. You need to make sure to turn this on or enabled. Then go to the Power Management tab and make sure Allow this device to wake the computer is checked and only allow a magic packet to wake the computer. Click OK, and now you're done with the Ethernet and the network settings. So after you're done with the network settings, you have to reboot and enter BIOS. There you're going to have to enable the Wake Online option. It can look different depending on the type of BIOS you have, so you'll have to look for it very carefully. Also, some computers like mine, I have a gigabyte motherboard, might not have it at all. But don't worry if you can't find it, that doesn't mean it will not work. Most modern motherboards support this function. So, to wake up your computer from another device, you will need to use an app that sends magic packets to it. You will be able to find this kind of app on any operating systems, be it Windows, Mac, iOS or Android. So for this example, we're going to use an iPad. We'll just go to the App Store, search for Wake On LAN, and as you can see, there are a lot of apps that do this. I will show you in this example a very simple app. We're going to configure it with our MAC address, which is the physical address that was in the network connection details, the IP address, and the subnet masks. The port is default as 9. But first, you will need to get your network settings. So to do this, go to the same network connections tab in the control panel, go to your adapter, double click on it, push the details button, and you're going to see in this list the physical address, which is actually your MAC address, the IP address, which is the local address on your network, and the subnet mask. This is all you need to insert into the application. Right now, you'll probably be wondering why my MAC address is different than the one that you've seen in network connection details. That one was with dashes. This one is with a double punctuation mark. Depending on the app and on the system, some may require to use one or the other. This one also is with uncapitalized letters, with small letters. Some may require you to use capital letters. It all depends. You should try and test it out. If you're sure that all your settings are correct, then you can also change this if something doesn't work. So right now I'm putting my IP address. The subnet mask is as default, what you've seen in the network connection settings. The IP address is the one that ends in 49. This is the IP address of my desktop computer, and the port is 9 by default. I just hit save. And now we should do a test to see if it wakes up. If we set up everything correctly, if I press this button, the computer should wake up. We have power on. The computer woke up. It's a success. One extra step to take to make sure you'll always be able to wake up your computer is to set the IP address as fixed in your router, because each time you shut your computer down, the router might assign a different IP address, or if not on shutdown, then maybe a couple of days. Each time a device connects to the router, it gets an automatic IP address, and it's like a lottery. Maybe you will get the same address, or maybe not. But to ensure that your computer gets the same address each time and you don't have to change the settings in the app, you will need to go to the router settings. Usually it's an IP address that you can find on the back of the router with the username and password. Login, and this might depend on your system, but usually in the LAN tab you will have some sort of static IP configuration. Here you will be able to add a new IP address and MAC address, so you can get a fixed IP for your desktop computer every time. Just click Add New. Here put in your MAC address, the IP address that you wish to have. We'll input our desktop address. Click Apply. And now it's saved. So each time the